Hey folks, welcome back to Apollo Justice. So now that Phoenix has officially accused Kristoff of being in the room that night, we're gonna see just how he was involved. You know, it's not something that Apollo really wants to do, but we have to for the truth, right? That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at the table in this photograph. Shoddy Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Oh, wait a minute, that changes some things too, because I thought, by the time he left the room, the man was already dead. But no, I guess he was calling for the girl being knocked out then. Interesting, okay.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club the night of the murder.
Also this, yeah.
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense.
Oh, you don't get to act all high and mighty. Come on now. I mean, first of all, look who you're talking to. But second, I know you're being defensive, for a reason.
It appears that I was wrong. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice. Sir, he's lying, and you're going to expose him. Yeah, I'm sure you'd like that, wouldn't you? Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Yeah, for your first one, this is a little much, isn't it? Sat at the table in the photograph, okay? Okay. So that means that he did make 2 phone calls. He called the police, but not because Smith was dead yet. So I kind of want to press this, actually. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct?
Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout.
Was anyone else on the first floor at the time?
Not a soul. It was in the middle of the night, after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
And when you returned, the victim was already
dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead, after all.
I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. Okay, I guess this is confusing to me, because in the photograph, I'm pretty sure he still had his hat on. I guess I'm wondering if that should be important? And I guess I do want to know more about the trap, because I'm still not really understanding how they thought this would work, if the other player would be able to see the backs of the cards in the first place. Actually, you know what? Maybe you can tell me more about this. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Ogle orally mentioned, right? The plan was simple. Elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. Yeah, that's right. Actually, wait a minute. We talked about the 5 of hearts being missing. But there is another ace missing too. Yeah, okay, wait a minute. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search right. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
You swapped the cards.
That's right. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Yes. A harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
Okay, there we are. A quirk.
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
Yeah. Very foolproof plan, huh? The card she planted.
Yes, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts.
Okay. Okay. So that's where the 5 of hearts went, but what about the ace?
I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Disposed where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon.
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama.
A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in the investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Okay, I guess that's our cue then, right? Wait. Actually, hold on. I think we... Wait a minute. Because something about this also concerned me. See, here we have one bottle, right? But also, in this photo, there are several bottles. Is there any chance that maybe one bottle was switched out with the other? If he was already drinking grape juice that night, his fingerprints would be on several bottles, wouldn't it? Like, or at least one extra bottle. That means there should be at least maybe 2 bottles, actually, that could have his fingerprints. See, I can't act on that for sure because I don't know, but that kind of confused me. Let's check this out. And I can... No clues here. Well, I don't see anything inside the bottle, though. The bottle is completely empty. Yeah, so what the hell?
Mr. Wright, the poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please provide your testimony with this new information.
Discovered the trap during the game, and disposed of the card in the bottle. Yeah, now we have to present the bottle then, because we just checked it. There's nothing in here. Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yes?
I've examined the bottle, and I don't see any card in here. No?
What, Mr. Wright, surely that isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however.
Huh?
Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out.
Ooh, and a 6th person could have helped. Yeah, not helping, dude.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle, there was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? No. I think it was a different bottle. It's gotta be. Or did the card just disappear? No, there's gotta be an explanation. There always is.
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. Again, I'm sure you'd like that, wouldn't you? It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Yeah, that's not really good either. Yeah,
Actually, let me see something. Okay, used by the defendants to notify the police from the restaurant's first floor. I guess that doesn't really tell us much. That's not what I want. Oh wait, shit, sorry. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? Justice, you know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him. Now. Yes, sir. Yeah, okay. Let me look again. Yeah, this was weird to me. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, no, I was right though, because my first thought was like, he doesn't have a hat in this photo, because the hat was removed during investigation, which is literally in the notes. So, how did you see the blood if this is how you found him? Wait, is this right? I thought I was just being too particular, but maybe I'm not. Objection! Hold on. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph of the crime scene. See the victim there? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice, next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Oh, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Oh. Yeah, Okay, wait, so I wasn't just being dumb. Because if the blow knocked the hat off his head, that means someone must have put it back. But why would they do that? You put the hat on the dead man's head. He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Oh, why'd you do a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So Miss Orley didn't see it. Yeah, because she was knocked out, right? It being the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Oh, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through the case. Yeah, I don't know about that. He's still our client, isn't he? I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Wow, dude, that's cold, really? Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. Huh, I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Really? How? Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Yeah, I figured. It's Phoenix, right? Come on. When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your cell phone. That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. Oh, of course you did. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Oh, Phoenix, you clever guy. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. The gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him, hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Oh, that said plate? I think that was a typo. Bone china plate? Kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny. Oh no, it was pate, okay. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. Oh. Whoops. Went right over my head.
The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead.
Yep, no, you know I was talking about you, dude. Yeah. Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. Yeah, no, you're right. Because if they have no connection, you know, Gavin and the victim, how would he know what he looked like, let alone that he had like a shiny forehead or whatever, right? What? Okay, so after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club. Oh, they might have passed each other. Maybe that's it, okay.
Most certainly.
Then how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light.
Oh.
Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
Yeah, that's true actually, yeah. Because if he was bald, and he came in with his hat on, how would you know?
So, this is your reason.
The reason why you put the victim's hat back on.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
It's come down to this, how's that, Phoenix Wright?
Order! I will have order, Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, as a prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which, Mr. Gavin will take the stand for cross-examination.
Oh, that should be good. I'm sure he'll be very cooperative.
Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess of the day.
God, poor Apollo. Some first case, right? Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Oh, who's... Oh, hi. Who's this now? Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Oh, what's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. Wait. What the hell? Is that our missing ace? An ace? Where do I remember that card from? And also, who are you? Oh, wait. Actually, I think we know who she is. That's right, 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. Yeah. The missing 5th ace. Wait, this blotch of red, is this blood? And how exactly do you have that? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. Oh, right. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Yeah. I mean, I guess we did see that picture, right? It's gotta be the same girl. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what it all meant. That girl, I'd seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. Right. Okay, could this be the 5th ace? Oh, and now we're just back here. Great. Yep, this is gonna go well, huh?
The court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand?
Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. The witness... Will the witness state his name and occupation?
Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom.
Yeah, remember the time that we, cross-examined a parrot? That was crazy.
Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to make clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
By secret, I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Objection! There you go, Apollo. We're not taking the shit anymore. Oh! No, that was you! Oh, you're with us now! Oh. Oh, and this music? Oh my god.
I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Wright.
What do you think you're doing, Wright? Wow. Things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo?
Yeah, it's nice to see you next to me.
Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night, never once taking it off, except for that one time.
That one time? Being the instant he was hit.
Oh!
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout. At the time of the crime.
In other words, I must be the real killer. Is that what you're trying to say?
Ugh, I don't like that smile either.
Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
Oh, really? Yeah, we haven't figured that out by now, sure.
What?
Oh, I assure you I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Yeah, this is gonna be rich.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us how you were involved in the events of that fateful night.
That fateful night. The rage I had sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club.
Really? I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright, holding a bottle in his hand.
Wow.
I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came in from Wright.
No way. No, it's gotta be bullshit. Also, that window was small as hell, from what I remember. So I'm not really sure how much you could have seen out of it, but okay.
So you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client.
Also, yeah, I feel like if you were a witness to any of it, you shouldn't even be his defense attorney, so what the hell is this about?
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wright?
You had to say that, because that was the only probable window of opportunity, right, Apollo?
Oh.
Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, the rage I sensed in that man. That's some bullshit, but okay, let's press this anyway. That man? You mean Mr. Smith?
He was different from the other customers, his aura, shall we say.
Yeah, so you're just going off of vibes? Fuck off.
I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
So then you knew the true nature of your client's job?
Of course. But I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know they were friends, after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score.
I see, what happened then?
Again, I don't know how you would assume that, but sure. Yeah, I want to press this. I don't know how he could see shit through that window. The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Oh my god, wait a minute! You can see it right there. If you were to look through that window, your view would be blocked by whatever those, boxes are up there? Furniture or something, but still. How would you have seen the victim?
Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The Black Marketeers used it, I believe.
Why did you go to the trouble of peeking through that window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room?
I didn't want to upset Wright, you see.
Upset Mr. Wright?
Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least.
Huh, so far everything... No, it doesn't make sense. I can already see something that's wrong with this. How do you know it was right after the murder?
Really, no need to shout, Justice.
No, don't let him undermine you. He wants to make you nervous.
I was just getting into that part of my testimony.
Ah, there he is.
The coolest defense in the West. We know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours.
Wow, lashing out. Real mature.
With friends like these, who needs enemies?
The victim was dead as he appears in the photo? I mean, does he look dead or does he look asleep? I don't know. That's a weird one. Uh-huh. Okay, we'll come back to this one, because I'm not sure if I should press... If I should present the photo? If the hat was covering his head? Maybe we'll press this, because we already know, after everything, that there was a fourth person in the room, so if it wasn't you, then who was it, right? Wait a minute. Those are the only three people at the scene of the crime.
Yes, as far as I saw, at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
What? There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime.
Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Ah, yes, this mysterious fourth person, who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose.
Glad to see that we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary.
How can I show something I can't find myself?
Remember, Apollo, the card that was swapped out was the 5th ace.
The 5th ace, right.
The question of why the killer would swap out a card has been raised.
Well, okay, well wait a minute. We have the 5th ace now. And we know that there's blood on it. I didn't think about that because you know what? If it was the victim's blood, it wouldn't have been a problem. But if it was someone else's blood, someone that wasn't supposed to be there, that would make a lot of sense to hide that card, wouldn't it? It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out.
Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice.
My reason is, this.
Is that an ace?
Why, it's got blood on it. Right next to the spade.
What? Oh, we got your ass, didn't we? That is your blood. That's your blood, isn't it?
This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be the missing fifth ace?
Oh, and you know what? Maybe I was right. About, there being another bottle. Because not only is there some bottle with a rolled up card in it, and it's not the scene, but it also could have had Kristoff's blood on it. And maybe that's why the bottle was switched out. Wow, okay, wait a minute.
Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card?
Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? Oh, we don't really know by now? It's a fishy card from a fishy girl.
Oh, that card, it's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock in trade after all.
Yeah, it seems like it.
No, impossible. Unacceptable.
The court can't accept this evidence. It's fraud.
A fraud?
How can you be so sure?
What?
I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer.
Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
Yeah, me and Phoenix on the same page. We're so back, dude.
The reason for
the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo, and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Regardless, that evidence is non-permissible.
Oh?
Right. Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question.
That's right. Stay the course. Don't let him distract you.
What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see? Objection! This is baseless conjecture. Baseless. Objection!
Oh, Apollo.
Oh, I assure you it's quite based.
What? It's amazing, really. God, to see him in that pose again.
How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head.
Oh, see, look at that. There were like cabinets in front of the window. How could he have seen the victim, right?
The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And, before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit?
Whose position?
The victims, the killers, the witnesses, or the second witness.
What? Wait, whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? I mean... Wait, okay, so the bloody card, we're assuming has the victim's blood, right? Okay, this is what I was thinking though, because like, maybe I thought too much ahead. Because I was like, well, the only reason to hide that card in the first place is if it had the blood of someone that wasn't supposed to be there, right? But then Phoenix said that the blood dripped down the back of his head. So if it dripped down the back, then it wouldn't have gotten on the table, it would have gotten here. So that doesn't make sense, right? Okay, maybe I'm thinking too far ahead. So I think I'll just say that this doesn't line up, right? Well, isn't the victim's position that's the problem?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice.
Well, look. The victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not on the table in front of him. Yes, okay. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the body would fall, or the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards.
Why, that's right. So what does this mean?
Incidentally, we're sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh, man.
Apollo, try turning the chair around.
Wait, so like this? That's a weird mechanic.
The chair was facing the other way?
It would have to be. Oh, that's what they're saying, okay. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing?
When I came back into the room, the body was facing a scene in this photo. Oh. So someone turned the body back around. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around.
Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test your reasoning skills, shall we? Apollo, whose location on this diagram contradicts with our new understanding of the crime?
Victim, okay. I mean, I'm assuming the killer, right? Because if we're really saying that the victim was faced away from the table, then how would Phoenix have gotten up from this chair and struck him on the front of his head? That's gotta be it, right? The victim was struck from the front, correct?
Indeed.
Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I would think it would be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram.
What? But there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be.
Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else.
Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim in the front? Well, I mean, wouldn't it be right there? Oh no, wait. Are they trying to say that, maybe he was hiding in the room? Wait, what the hell? Actually, wait a minute, yeah. The killer had to be standing, well, here.
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
Ugh, I thought I was onto something there. No, you are. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a cabinet there, right? So what if he was actually hiding in the cabinet? Oh no.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming that the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
No, I think he was hiding in there.
It's simple logic, really. If this is the only place the killer could have been standing, that means that at the very moment of the crime...
Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. Oh. Oh, what? Okay, that's new. Maybe. What's this now? I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately.
What? Wait, are we taking a field trip? What's going on?
What?
Okay.
Bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard.
Ah, Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing that your men should look for. Oh wait, wrong voice.
Please give this to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright.
I do my best.
But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime. And then this cupboard wasn't there, which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard.
Oh, so we're doing this now? I mean, again, kind of a weird mechanic. Okay. So yeah, it was covering the window. Huh.
Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been shown here.
Yeah.
Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my. What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact.
Huh? Oh dang.
Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, killer, witness, second witness?
Okay. Okay, well it's gotta be the second witness because he couldn't see shit if he was standing right here. About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved?
Sure, why not?
Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs.
Oh!
That's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What did you say? Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court, exactly where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Order! This is a court of law and I will have order!
We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the cupboard and the hideout, Your Honor.
Oh, and what did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there's a secret passage behind it. Oh, that's new.
What?
Oh, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. Oh, you did, I think.
This is one of the tricks to the room that many of our regulars don't know about. Or they do know about. Whoops.
I do remember him saying something about that, now that he mentions it.
A secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law.
So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go?
The other side connects to the restaurant above.
Oh. And that's how Gavin could have gotten in.
The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer.
So what now?
You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo.
I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something.
Dare I ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard. Holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. But what was the motive? We still don't know. Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shoddy Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then, our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout.
The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside.
He wheeled his chair around to look, and
after the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Huh, one little slip-up, huh? That one little comment told us everything.
Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Payne!
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
Oh!
Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Well, look at the judge doing something right. Missed you, buddy. Oh my god, what? Fucking what? What now?
Oh, no need to apologize. I'd rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Person of his caliber, again. Seems like I know him better than you do, but okay.
Excuse me?
The defendant is cleared of all suspicion.
This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright hasn't proven anyone's guilt or innocence. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Illegal evidence?
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason, at present, to suspect me of any wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
No. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down. I seem to recall this being an issue earlier.
The court, and this case, demand an explanation.
I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor.
Huh. See how the caught fish squirms to the last. Well, Apollo?
Yes?
Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation, just like that.
Yeah. Just like what? Wait. Is this because there are multiple bottles at the scene? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to—
Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really any other?
Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight.
How about you just say the answer in plain words? Yeah, if you've played any of these games, you would know that's not how it works.
It would be hasty to deliver a verdict without unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice?
Mr. Gavin said that the court and this case demand an explanation. Don't worry. Justice won't leave until justice is done.
Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court.
I mean... I feel like this would make sense, right? I mean, yeah, if there are multiple bottles at the scene. Yeah, wait. If he's gonna bend down from his current seat to pick them up, he's gonna hold it by the top. Yeah, because all he was doing was drinking the juice. That's how you pick up bottles. Oh my god. That's it, that's it! Yeah, that's it. We're done. It's actually easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. Place the bottle on the floor next to your chair.
Excuse me? On the floor?
Yes. Now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair.
Oh!
See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here. Playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of the piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Wow, I can't believe it was that simple.
Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph? I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed, but then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano, and you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon.
Order! Order! What do you have to say to those charges, Mr. Gavin?
Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched that bottle? Where's your proof? Proof? Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Oh yes, I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club.
Right. I was wondering why this would come up because one of those bottles has to have the card in it, right?
And here's one of the bottles in question.
What, are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake, true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes? Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? But why? Just humor me. Mr. Wright. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. Oh, I already see it. Look at that. He was telling the truth. There's something inside the bottle. The Five of Hearts, of course. What's this? That card can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga Orley? Yes, our little swindling devochka. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Wait, this isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony?
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
Yeah, that's right. So that bottle must have been somewhere, right? I knew it. The 5 of Hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who could have done that was the 4th person at the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Oh, we're gonna see him break down? Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, shit. What the hell? Is that all we get? That is all. Oh, Phoenix is such a badass. He's still got it, even after all these years. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Oh, were you involved in that? I can believe that now. Wow. My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right?
This is insane. What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
Yeah, I guess your presence was a little pointless today, buddy. As usual. I believe it's time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
Not that we know of.
Yeah, that's the thing. What was the motive? I mean, well, I guess the motive could have been just framing Phoenix, but still. Weird, right? Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shoddy Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, but that's all we know about him.
I'll arrange for a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch.
Oh.
Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and as a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Oh, me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. Oh, tell me about it. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright.
Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it.
Wait, our work? Are you gonna stick around?
Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Oh, not guilty. Oh.
Good for him. Court is adjourned.
So what now? I mean, does this mean that he'll stick around? I'd love to see more of him.
Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would.
I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gav, the killer.
I couldn't have done it myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability?
Yeah, ability.
Yes, a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... Well, was that just like by chance, or did he know?
That's weird. Wait. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true?
Of course it's true.
Yeah, the weird vibe I'm getting. Huh.
What was that, Mr. Wright?
You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer. Right.
Oh! We also never answered what the deal is with that locket. Huh, yeah.
Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come.
Oh, so this will be ongoing. It doesn't end here, huh? Wait, you don't know, do you?
This locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me, I met the girl whose picture was in your locket. Yeah, his daughter. Your daughter, right?
That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket.
Huh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
But that's perjury. You testified, you said that locket was yours.
I said no such thing, really.
Huh?
I merely said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside.
Of course.
A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless.
Well, I guess the question is, did you put that picture yourself, or did it already have that picture in it? Huh.
And it's the truth.
Wait, but then why? Yeah, why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it?
Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one.
Give it time.
You are still just getting started with your career.
That didn't answer the question. Hey, what? Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Apollo?
Yes?
How about coming to work for me?
Yay! You do stick around! Hell yeah! You mean at the Wright & Co. Law Offices? Wait, oh, is Maya still here? Oh, Maya. I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine that to be true, but...
Wait, but didn't you... You're not a...
Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore.
But I guess he can still be a partner, right? That incident 7 years ago. The legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. And the case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. I wonder if Maya was there for that too. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence.
Oh, Phoenix, come on. Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick.
One piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. Oh, shit. I mean, is it... let me think about this for a second. I mean, it has to be the ace, right? Yeah, because that was the final piece we needed to figure out what the crime scene looked like. And plus, you know, Gavin couldn't have denied this, because then he would have had to say what really happened. Wow. That's really clever. You don't mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yes. That card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. The court can't accept this evidence, it's a fraud!
Oh, so he was right.
A fraud? How can you be so sure?
Yeah. Because to say that it was a fraud, he would have to reveal that he was there. So that's what that was about.
My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago.
Then you really...
Yes, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you that it wasn't real.
But
But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney.
Who's calling themselves an attorney? Apollo.
So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. So he really did do it.
None of that matters much now, does it?
I mean, I guess not. I mean, as long as we don't get caught.
I punched him. Oh!
What?
Wish we could have seen that. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in, if you'd like.
Mr. Wright.
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling "take that" next time. I find it packs a little more punch. Of course. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. Yeah, it seemed like it.
And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Oh. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law. And this is how my story begins. Wow. Oh, I loved that. Yes, I will save eventually. I actually think I'm going to call it here anyway. Because, yeah, this was a super long episode. I might even skip the next upload just so that, you know, I can, like, let this one breathe. And also rest my voice a little bit more, you know? So this might count as, like, 2 episodes in my schedule, technically. But, wow, I just couldn't stop. It was just too good, you know? I didn't want to leave anyone hanging. Yeah, I'm just having a lot of fun with this. And also, God, seeing Phoenix again, seeing how, yes, he's changed, but he's still got it. You know, I'm excited to get to know who he really is now. And, also, I didn't say it before because I was distracted, but, like, shit, the music in this game, also really great. I love all the new tracks that were added here. And I'm excited to get to know Apollo more now. So, this just makes me even more excited to play this game, now that we're off to such a good start, so... Anyway, I guess I'll rest my voice, and then we'll continue on to the next case. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.